Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Upper St. Clair High School for tonight's WPIAL Quad A Section 2 soccer match between the Panthers from Upper St. Clair and the Tigers from Moon Area High School. I'm Rob Mertz here with Gavin Williams. How are you tonight, Gavin?
Real good, Rob. We got a great one tonight, and I'm very excited to see two really good teams.
Yeah, it's nice to be back up on the veranda here instead of inside the press box. Panthers are fired up for this one, yeah. So Panthers coming off, what was a, I don't even know how you put it, a game against Brashear. Didn't have much drama involved with it at all. And facing a Moon Tigers team that is certainly on the upswing. Moon with two questionable results early in the year. They tied Cannon Mac and actually lost a game to Mount Lebanon. Have since come back, beat Bethel Park, beat Peters Township, both 2-0 and a 2-1 win against Peters. So, they're obviously rounding into form and finding something that they can cling to. The Panthers, for their part, I think they've made some changes throughout the lineup, and they're also rounding into form. So this should be a good match.
Yeah, Moon was ranked number 4 today in the Trib's latest rankings. St. Clair's probably knocking on the door with, the win at North Allegheny this weekend. And, this is a very important game when you're talking about section positioning because all of a sudden everything's kind of in play now with, Peters Township going down.
So the Panthers, just to set the starting lineup real quick, Gianni in goal. That's been the case all year. Across the back, you have Snyder, Gilbert, and Kren. That sounds like a law firm. Snyder, Gilbert, and Kren. In the midfield, it's Gibbons, Perry, Mertz. Across the top, you've got Burlingame, Rocco, and Madsen on the right side. And, it's going to be an interesting match here. Moon has obviously good athletes coming off an undefeated season last year, state champs, and certainly lost some key players to graduation, but their results of late have been good, and this should be a really good match. Yeah,
the other, piece of this before we get to the action is Moon is coached by JR, who assisted, this Panther team last year, and as a result, to say he's familiar with personnel would be an understatement.
Yes, he's familiar to quite familiar with our personnel. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of little kinks he has in his game plan to deal with some of the threats from St. Clair. But again, the Panthers, I think they just need to try to settle into this game as quickly as possible, play their game, and see how Moon reacts. Try not to play Moon's game early on here. So as we get to the action, Burlingame keeps the ball in on the near side. Passes back to L. Snyder, central for Gibbons. A little bit of room in front of her. Goes wide on that far side to Madsen. Ball off of her, though, with a heavy touch and over the end line.
Well, that was all good until, obviously, Jane's touch was a little heavy. But I liked the simple balls. I liked, they just played a couple accumulating square balls, switched fields. We've been sort of on them to not try to be heroes and to play simple and to possess. And that was a good start. I'd like to see more of that from the Panthers in the early going.
Goal kick taken, comes right to Gibbons. She settles down, passes wide to Madsen on that right flank. Tries to cut past her defender. Dispossessed, though. Here comes Moon. Good back pressure there from Jane as she's able to force a quick pass. It goes out of bounds for a Panther throw.
Well, what you saw from Jane there is something every coach likes. When you make a mistake, you get dispossessed, don't pout, don't sulk, come back and make a play. And she had a short memory there and made a nice play.
Ball runs under Perry's foot over midfield. It's just bombed back into the Panther end. We'll see if Coach Little has a plan of just sort of run and gun against the Panthers. Oh, missed clearance there from Snyder, but Kren was there. I'm sorry, that was Gibbons there to knock the ball out of bounds on the far side.
And off a Moon player, no less. So good play from Nikki to recover.
Here's Gibbons with it off the throw from Kren. Kren on the dribble. Carries inside. Square ball to Snyder. Runs past her. L. Snyder will come up with it. Mia just hits it back to Jules Gianni, who'll clear it up near midfield. Mertz is there. Here's Rocco. Heads the ball, but away from Mertz's run, and it comes back into the Panthers' back line. Gilbert on the ball now. Wide, far side for Madsen. She knocks it down. Cuts inside off the dribble. Touch got away from her there, though, and Moon cleared it out for a throw.
Some nervy moments in the back here for the Panthers, but good distribution from Gilbert there. That was a very nice ball played out.
Kren on the dribble. Inside to Gibbons. Wide near side, but that pass intercepted. Comes all the way back to Mia Snyder. She cuts it back inside on the dribble and play it back into Gilbert.
Good job from Mia to keep the ball and do a nice little ball rotation here. This is good.
Give and go with Kren and Perry on the outside, but Perry's pass, return pass, just a little too hard.
Well, even if the quality isn't quite there yet, Rob, some of the ideas are the correct ones, so that's at least a good sign going forward here for the Panthers.
And Moon playing fairly deep in the back, almost like a sweeper back, so they're, at least early here, it doesn't appear they're going to try to play any sort of offsides trap. Madsen touches the ball past her defender, plays down the line for Rocco. It should stay in. Emily gets to it, cuts it back, and plays it off of a Moon defender for a throw-in for the Panthers.
Not bad. Emily Rocco, good work up the flank there. Here come the Panthers back in.
Throw to Perry. She turns. Ball comes past her, though, and cleared all the way back to midfield. Gilbert knocks it down to Gibbons, and Mia Snyder will play it outside on that right. Here's Mertz with a touch. Tries to play down to Madsen, but that pass intercepted. Gibbons wins again in the midfield. And a ball played over top by Snyder. Too hard, though, into the area, and the Moon keeper will come up with that one.
It's interesting here, Rob. Formationally, we have Nikki way back. She's in like the defensive holding mid as opposed to like the number 6 that we've seen her in. On the flip side, you get to see that, which is her dominance in the air, winning a lot of the 50-50 balls off goal kicks and punts. The one thing I think we do need to be careful is if she's going to be able to come forward. She's obviously fairly valuable in the attack. I think she's going to need to be very active with her runs today.
Yeah, and she just needs to know if she gets into that final third in front of goal, she's got to be very wary of the transition, and she's got to beat it back.
That's a great ball.
Here comes Elle Snyder. She's tripped. Whistle is blown. Foul is called, so a free kick coming for the Panthers, almost 50 yards from goal.
And I think, we've seen Mia from this spot several times in the last couple of years put pretty dangerous balls into the, just into the box, and I think that's what we're going to see here. And we do, yeah, this is beautiful.
Floated in, lands on the penalty spot. Perry knocks it down, but cleared out by Moon. Kren should be able to settle this down on the outside. She does. She crosses.
Oh, it's good.
Here's
It's
Gibbons. Gets a header towards goal, but she was...
The goalie tripped.
Yeah, Nikki was just moving away from goal when she headed that, so it was hard to get any power on it.
She'd have probably been better flicking that on to somebody, but she really didn't have a whole lot of numbers there. But that was a really nice ball from Marissa Kren.
Ball over Gibbons' head. And I think it's for Nikki or whoever's playing that holding 6 position. You just can't let the ball get over your head on a goal kick. Good back checking there from Mertz to win a ball to Madsen on the far side. She plays inside to Rocco, 30 yards out. Turns near side and just lays it back to Snyder, who came forward. Cuts inside. Trying to play to Landy, but ball just went past her, and there's Nikki to clean it up and work the ball to Kren on the far side. Perry on it now. Needs a one-touch pass. Finds Mertz streaking up through the middle. On her left foot. Has a ball wide. Tries to play it, but the ball just got away from her, and she wasn't able to tap that outside. Here's Snyder now. Down in the corner for Burlingame. I think it's going to run out. Oh, and I might have earned a corner, and she did. Nice work from Ava. She really beat it down to the corner there.
Rob, this is 150 times better than the starts we've seen lately. They're much more assertive in ball winning. That is number one. They're
going to say the ball was out before she hit it off of the defender.
Well, so I can't tell from here regardless. But just the stuff we're seeing in terms of the activity and the ideas, I think, is way better than what we've seen early in matches recently.
Goal kick. Header flicked over to midfield. Gets past Mia. She recovers, though, and is able to get to the ball first. Turns. Moon player thought that ball was out of bounds. You're playing the wrong line.
Yeah, that does happen out there when you're not really paying attention.
Header from Gibbons comes in towards Burlingame. She can't corral it, though, and Moon will play it back in towards the St. Clair back line. They've got a runner, Moon does, in behind Snyder. Ball not played, though. There's El Snyder winning a tackle. Ball played forward off of a Moon player, and it'll be a throw for the Panthers on the near side.
There's definitely some quality that Moon has. They've got a couple really nice players with some good ideas. They haven't really been able to connect yet, but they're playing soccer tonight. This isn't some of the kickball stuff we've seen.
Well, and you got to figure if they were able to beat Peters, they're able to play a physically intense and a very hard-working game. So you figure they're going to bring it for 80 minutes here tonight.
Yeah, there hasn't been a ton of time and space yet.
Kren going alone down the side, has two options in the middle.
Oh, that's a great
Plays
ball.
it to Mertz in towards the top of the D. Immediately closed down, though, is Landy. And here comes Moon. Yeah, Landy waiting for that pass. Here's Perry on the
Another
far
good one.
side to Madsen. Cuts inside off the dribble. Shoots with that left foot. Troubles the goalie a little, but she's able to snuff that one out.
Boy, I love the switch in fields and the square balls tonight, Rob. This is better stuff. Good strike from Jane, too, left foot.
This is where the Panthers just need to be patient. Here comes Gibbons. Plays to Mertz. She's on the dribble now. A little bit of space is the turn. Plays wide for Burlingame. Continues to run into the box. Can Ava find a way to cross this on her right foot now? She does. On the ground, though, and that's easy pickings for the Moon defense as they clear back towards midfield.
Yeah, I think she'd have been better suited, and she made a nice turn. I think she'd have been better suited to play kind of a more traditional cross, like a corner-type cross.
Yeah, usually when you're crossing the ball, you've got to get it past that first defender, and that's usually best done in the air.
Because if the first defender gets it, the other thing you're worried about is counterattack.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So ball punted over midfield. Rocco trying to get ahead to it. Nice defending there from Moon, but Emily's still on the ball. Played out, going to be a Panther throw right at midfield.
I feel like the Panthers' aggression and assertion on 50-50 balls right now is better than it's been. Pretty good so far.
El Snyder throws short for Burlingame. She's trying to shield, and they're going to call that there's a push in the back, so a free kick coming up for the Panthers.
Yeah,
29 minutes left in the first half. 0-0 the score.
that call's probably fair.
Ava certainly thought it was.
Well, she didn't flop or anything. Oh dear.
Pass by Kren. Gilbert fell down, but was
Good
able
recovery.
to recover and play it back to Gianni. That's a good ball. Don't try to turn there. Don't try to play into the pressure. Just relieve the pressure by going back to your keeper.
Nah, she just blew a tire, but she got up very quickly and recovered very, very well. Good poise
Here's
from the
Snyder.
youngster.
Quick pass to Mertz. Lays it wide to El Snyder. Up to Rocco. Turns up, plays a ball through for Burlingame into the area now. Played out, though, and they're going to call a foul on Ava, I guess, for knocking the player down.
Yeah, I think it was unfortunate. She just sort of took a step in her line on her run. She followed through. But, hey, again, a good ball from Emily Rocco, a good idea, being a little more proactive on the runs, and this is good stuff from the Panthers.
Neither team with a clear shot on goal yet.
Although St. Clair's had two pretty good looks.
They've had a couple from distance.
Yeah.
I'd like to get one from the 18 in.
Well, for sure.
Gilbert to Snyder.
Oh, this is good. All good. Good
Pass
possession.
to Perry. Wide to El Snyder.
Beautiful.
Cuts past one on a dribble. Coming inside now. Tries to go wide to Madsen, and the ball's headed out and over the far touchline by the Moon defender. So coming into the game for the Panthers, Carson Bogan and Ava Burlingame coming off.
It looks like Carson's going to go a little more central up top. She's done a good job holding up there, and that's a valuable skill. One thing I want to mention, Rob, is both of the outside defenders from the Panthers have been really effective up the flank so far. El Snyder and Marissa Kren. That's something to watch for as they facilitate offense.
Here's Kren on the dribble. Plays the ball, but really no one home for the Panthers, and Gibbons comes back to corral it. Tries to play wide. That pass is picked off and played down the line here on the near side. Moon should be able to keep this in. They do. The substitutes sing. Ball gets past Snyder but rolls out over the end line for a goal kick. Good recovery there by Mia.
Yeah, I mean, the problem that occurs there sometimes, and again, Rob, it's the exact same thing you talked about when you play across or kind of a ball trying to get into the attacking zone that's on the ground and easily intercepted. That's exactly what you see, the long, quick counterattack. So Panthers have to, I think, start getting crosses up into the box.
Goal kick from Snyder, headed back in by Moon. Running down into the area now, and well defended by Mia. Put out for a Moon throw-in. Throw taken to the corner of the area. And Landy Mertz does a nice job to come back and win a ball. On the dribble now is Mertz. Tries to play to Bogan, out. It's going to be a throw for the Panthers.
That's about 3 or 4 times that Landy's come back with great back pressure and dispossessed a Moon opponent who was looking like they were in a fairly dangerous position. Really good work rate so far from Landy.
There's another ball there. If you're going to play that ball, it must go in behind their defense. Anything in front of them, it's advantage Moon. And a ball put out by Gianni.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. You can't get caught up in the low middle clearance that's just giving the ball back to them and giving up possession. You got to try to possess the ball. Simple passes outside to switch fields, things like that. Those are available. They've been there all night. Good step from Gilbert.
Yeah, and when we try to play over top, the ball's got to go over top.
Yeah, well, no
and
doubt.
Get them defending, facing their own goal.
Because they are creeping forward, and we do have some pace. With Landy and Jane, there is some pace there.
Ball knocked down by Schneider. Plays to Mertz, but it just runs past her. And Moon will tic-tac-toe back up through the midfield. Kren steps in, trying to win a ball. Can't do it. Moon's able to turn, has a wide open player on that left side, but chose to shoot the ball instead of pass. Good back pressure from Rocco, but the ball comes right back to a Moon player. Crosses deflected by Gilbert, and it'll be a throw-in for the Tigers.
Pretty good team marking right now, Rob. Single mark followed by reinforcements in numbers. Panthers have been pretty good so far with their marks.
And we'll see if they
Nice
can continue
step.
that for the length of a game. Here comes Gibbons charging out of the back, and the ball just floated back down. It's an effective play in that situation. Ball bounces over Rocco. Big header again from the Tigers. Just continually trying to put pressure on that back four of the Panthers. Ball crossed into the D. It's knocked down. Kren's there, but it gets past her, and Snyder now clears up. Mertz may be able to get to this. No, it takes a big bounce and hops right past her. Here comes Moon on the far side. Ball knocked down. Gilbert. And Moon is able to knock it out on the far side, buy themselves some time to get back and regroup.
Yeah, Moon's been doing a good job of ball winning in the last 5 minutes. Panthers haven't had nearly as much of the ball. There it is. Good idea, though. That's fine. I have no problem with that. It could have been played a little higher, but you got over top and gave him a chance.
Yeah, and the Moon goalie sort of read that and knew it was coming and was already well off her line by the time the ball was played, so she sort of had an advantage there. Good header win by Gibbons. Second ball comes down to Rocco, who puts it in the air to Snyder. She just plays it over top. Mertz on this near side. It's going to run out, though. It'll be a Moon Tiger throw with 22 and a half minutes left in this first half. No score. Here's Mertz on the dribble. Cuts inside. Looks up through ball for Madsen. Getting down to the end line. She should be able to get there. She does. Crosses.
Ooh, it's good.
Ball's parried by the goalie right over Bogan's head. Real dangerous ball there from Landy, and Jane did well to get down to the end line and get that crossed into the middle. Here's Snyder. She should be able to play this ball back to Gianni with no problem.
Boy, the idea from Landy was terrific. She saw that run from Jane, knows Jane has so much pace. Ooh, good dispossess here. Great
Big
stuff from
tackle
Nikki.
win from Nikki. Oh, if she could do one more time, and we were off to the races. Ball put through. You know, the one thing that's sort of comforting the back, I mean, Mia has a speed advantage over all their front runners. So if she just maintains her position throughout the game, you know, them having a breakaway shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, Mia's done a really good job so far tonight. Her positioning's been very sound. Oh, here we go.
Ball over top. Jane might have a chance here. Bogan might have a chance. Goalie well out to clear the ball over the touch line.
This game's a fascinating chess match so far, Rob. It doesn't really have a a whole lot of identity yet. It's just kind of counterattack.
Here's Kren. In towards the corner of the area. Crosses. Ball's cleared out, though, and it comes to Perry. She tries to work it down to the end line, but it's going to re-roll it out for a goal kick and another Moon substitution.
Well, one thing's for sure, Rob. The Panthers are playing a lot harder tonight. We've had, I think the effort so far this season that we've seen has been spotty at times. It's been consistent tonight. They're really playing very hard.
Well, and you would hope that as Moon is a half a game ahead of them in the section right now. They can win tonight. They will jump ahead of Moon. Here's Mertz. Flicks it over. Tries to get to her own pass. Can't do it, and Moon will clear. No one there for the Panthers, and it goes played out in front of the Panther bench. So it'll be a throw and another substitution as Maddie Hujak comes into the game. Taking Haley Perry. No, I'm sorry, Jane Madsen coming off, and Landy's going to go on that right side now.
I like this. As dynamic as Landy is in the middle of the field, I just think she adds an extra element on the flank. She's just not as easy to find from the defense. They can't really game plan around her there.
Well, and she gets isolated one-on-one out there. And
yeah, correct. There's not help.
Just back pass from Perry's intercepted. Snyder does a good job to step in and play it to Gilbert. He'll wheel it over on the other side to Kren. She's going to dribble forward. Mertz pulls up short, takes a touch, plays to Bogan, who goes over top. Will it stay in? It won't on the far side. Good idea.
Yeah, that's the right idea. Exactly. Just a little heavy.
Throw coming from the Tigers. Mertz wins a header. And its ball's cleared off of her for another Moon throw. "19 minutes remaining, first half, no score. Kren knocks a header down. Moon will come up with it. They play it long. And Gianni's out to grab that one. Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot. You know, Moon has been able to string some passes together through the midfield, but in the final third, it's just sort of been off to the races.
They've had very little possession in the final third.
Right, they just want to hit it down there and get after it, which, as we know in high school soccer, can be an effective tactic. Ball runs through the defender, and she just has to play it out in front of her own bench.
Yeah, the Panthers, when the Panthers are pressuring the Moon defensive mids and defensive players, they've been a little spotty with the ball. So
again, a pass towards the middle of the field, just a little bit off the mark, and Moon was able to clear. Big clearance from Gianni up near midfield. Here's Bogan. Landy calling for the ball on that far side, has a through ball opportunity. And you know, it's what we said before. She's totally isolated out.
Yep.
Here's Snyder going to call offsides.
There was actually 2 of them offsides originally when the ball was played.
So Snyder will have a free kick.
Because Mia even looked over at the the side official when the ball was played, saying, and then sprinted to catch her.
Ball played long. Knocked down easily by Moon. Gibbons puts it right back into Snyder. Back to Gibbons, has Kren wide, goes that way, right at midfield. Here comes Marissa on the dribble down that far side. Plays it for Bogan. Can she keep it in? Here's Landy now. Oh, the ball just spun away from her. You got to feel like it's coming out on that side. The opportunity will come if they can keep their composure and patience.
Nice job from Haley. Again, back pressure, dispossessing, not letting him set up anything on the counter here.
Yeah, but the pass is off the mark. Again, played right to the Moon Tigers' feet. It's an easy pickings for them to get it out. Here's Gibbons.
Well, Rob, we've talked about it. If this Panther team has had any one thing that's not been consistent this year. It's quality. They're just, and that's, you just see it right there. Idea very good. That's the exact ball you want to play, but it's a little heavy. Their quality has just not quite been as good as I think we're going to see it at some point.
Well, and that's where the patience comes in, right?
Correct.
They've got to stay patient, keep working it, keep thinking a good game. Mertz pulls it down off the goal kick and gets possession on that far side. Plays a nice ball into Bogan's feet, who holds it up. Tries to turn, wide for Kren. She tries to pass to Landy, but just passes it right out of bounds.
What you're saying is correct, though, Rob. If you do the right things and you work hard, eventually you think on average, you're going to break through. It might not happen every time, but you think you will, and I think the Panthers will tonight if this continues.
Panthers really trying to work that right side. Would be well advised to spread things out a little bit here, switch the fields.
Really good job marking there. Gilbert was all over. Mia came up and took the player, and they really had nowhere to go with the ball.
Ball punted by Gianni. Gibbons tries to flick a header, takes a big bounce at midfield to Perry's feet, but she can't come up with it. Here comes Moon. They're just going to pass it out of bounds on the far side. So a throw coming, taken quickly to Hujak. Plays it up the line. El Snyder now applying pressure. Gibbons there too. Here's Rocco. Gibbons comes up with it. Cuts outside, but is dispossessed. Ball played down the line. And a nice tackle by Mia Snyder. Ref's going to rule that the ball was out of bounds prior to the tackle.
Which I think it was.
Throw taken short, right to Rocco. Here's L. Long ball up over Bogan's head. Tigers back line certainly not afraid to play clearing headers. Here comes Kren as the ball curls nicely to her off a deflection. She carries inside, needs to come inside on that angle to create some space outside. Bogan battling, comes up with it, has Mertz wide, plays central, and pass intercepted, but here comes Gibbons charging. Plays Landy wide. Cuts inside on her left foot now. Tries to cross, ball cross is deflected, and ball rolls out of bounds.
Yeah, Nikki's doing exactly what I expect her to do back there. She's just winning balls, keeping plays live. That was a nice ball to Landy, and a good idea, dangerous cross opportunity.
Gilbert turns out of a challenge and plays the ball midfield to Mia Snyder. Wide on the near side to L. Heavy touch though, and Moon will just play it down the line. Gianni possibly could have come out for that one, but Mia Snyder will handle the duties. She tries to turn. Ball comes off a Moon player, but they come back up with it near the Panthers bench. Moon turns. Maybe a chance here with Snyder caught out of position. Gianni way out of her goal, and she handled that ball outside the area, so there's going to be a free kick right there. I'm not sure what her argument was. She definitely had her hands on the ball outside the area.
Yeah, it's not a good one, whatever it was. She really didn't need to, actually. I thought she should have came out on the first one where Mia made the 60-yard run. So we got a pretty dangerous situation here, Rob. This is really probably the most dangerous by far, or the opportunity that Moon has had all night. They haven't had a corner or anything like that.
They got some of their tall players up there, as you would imagine.
Yeah, Panthers got to be really proactive here.
And Gianni's got to be sharp. This ball could go on frame. It's crossed. Nice header there. Gianni out. Rocco out. Mertz now.
Oh, nice sell from Landy.
Ball rolls a little too far. Hujak comes up with it. Has Mertz down the line. Goes that
Good
way.
ball.
Can she get there first? Ball just a little too far for her.
Good idea, though, from Maddie
It was
Hujak.
nice. That's a nice counter-attacking play there. Maddie looking for a throw. She gets it, turns, cuts inside, has Nikki, plays it to her, but no one out on that far side as Landy had switched. I'm not sure whether she was looking for Nikki there or not.
I think she saw the referee, to be perfectly honest. That's honestly, I mean, that happens.
So a throw for Moon. 12 minutes remaining first half, no score. Throw taken. Comes off a Moon player, be a Panther throw now. Kren over there to handle the duties. Throws it to Perry, tries to knock it outside to Mertz. But well defended. Here comes Perry again on the ball.
Ooh.
She's run into. Hujak tries to apply a tackle. There's some of that physicality of the Tigers. Ball played through. Gianni should be able to get to this one. She does and plays it up the line, looking for Elle Snyder, but the ball's past her. It'll be a throw for the Tigers in front of the Panther bench.
Yeah, this game's getting really physical, Rob. There's been a lot of 50-50 challenges in the midfield. Probably a couple fouls both ways that have not been called.
Panthers with subs at the line. Here's Rocco. Got to play quicker than that. Ball's put central off of Gibbons. Can Kren keep it in? No, she will not on the far side, so it'll be a Tiger throw. Ball headed out. Here comes Mertz in between two Moon players to win it. Cuts back on the dribble. Plays a ball to Bogan's feet. She knocks it back to Perry. To Schneider, goes long. Rocco should have a chance here. Mertz in the middle, she plays it early. And it's unfortunately played off of Emily's foot. It'll be a goal kick coming up. Subs for the Panthers, Lexi Worley and Jane Madsen in the game. Hujak and Bogan will give way.
It's not a bad idea. I think probably Dave's theory here is they're really playing hard. They're doing a lot of running. You want to keep as many fresh legs as you can in there. I think it's probably a good idea tonight.
10 minutes remaining in this first half. No score here. Mia Snyder plays the ball back to Gianni. She goes one time. A lot of balls out of bounds on this near side from Gianni tonight.
Yeah, I get you want to play the ball to the sideline, but you also want to possess it as possible or give your team a chance to possess it.
Yeah, she maybe had a little bit of time there. Just take a touch and find some feet. Here comes Gilbert. Back to Gianni. Wide
like
on
that.
the far
Perfect.
side. Here's Madsen trying to find Mertz.
Jane stumbled, unfortunately, and Landy thought she was going to play it to her.
Ball played back to Mia Snyder. She cuts it back, plays to Gilbert. A little bit of time, looks for Perry, who knocks it outside to Kren. She's able to keep it in. Has Perry central, goes that way, right at midfield. She's challenged immediately, though. Finds Kren wide, though. Has Madsen in front of her. Worley wide. Mertz in the middle. She's tackled, though. The ball taken away off the dribble and played long. Good job by Gilbert to head that ball back in. Moon comes past Gibbons, who recovers and fouls, so a free kick coming up for the Tigers. Just inside the center circle.
I feel like right now that when the Panthers are getting the ball, deep midfield, final third, it seems like one touch too many a little bit. They need to just play simple, try to get a cross up in the air instead of they're getting dispossessed right when you need to start crunch time, make a play.
So free kick coming. In dangerous spot.
Yeah.
Ball can certainly be served into the area. Driven. Gianni out. Oh, Gianni spilled that save, and the Moon player was right there but knocked it over the goal.
My guess is she wasn't expecting that strike, and that ball was really struck well. That's not the typical approach you see in that situation. Kudos to the Moon midfielder. She struck that very well.
Mia Snyder takes the goal kick. Landy there again, comes back to win a ball. Keeps possession for the Panthers. Gianni again, out of bounds on the near side. Long throw into the corner of the area. Snyder there. And a ball knocked out over the end line, going to be a goal kick for the Panthers. A little miscommunication in the back there, but no harm done.
Yeah, the back's been really solid tonight. That was kind of the first time where they weren't quite as assertive. But right now the Panthers have got to reestablish some of the possession in the midfield, no question.
Ball played up. Gibbons tries to flick a header, but the ball gets past her. Perry now. Again, just not quite reading each other's intent there, and the ball played out of bounds. Throw taken down the line. Mia Snyder's there. Knocks it back to Sister L. Headed right back in towards the area, but Perry will volley it out. Mertz gets a hold of it. Plays central for Gibbons. Plays wide. I think Saheva at the midline. Here comes Landy now. 40 yards out. Cuts inside off the dribble. Looking through. Oh, and a ball almost got to Worley, who was making a run into the box. But Kren comes up with it on the far side. Crosses. No one there for the Panthers. And the Moon goalie's able to grab that one rather easily.
A little too deep for Marissa, but very good possession, very good counter from the Panthers. A couple really nice square balls. Landy's ball to Alexi in particular was really dangerous. Moon defender did a very good job.
Header won by Gibbons. Here's Madsen. Flicks a header
That's
over.
A foul.
Towards Mertz, but Moon's able to get there first.
They were waiting for possession. Jane got really hit hard there.
Okay, so free kick's going to be about 35 yards out. Really, really dangerous area.
It'll be interesting to see if this is Landy or this is Mia. I would probably have Landy from here.
So it's going to be every bit of 36 yards.
They got to get Nikki. Yeah, that's what Dave's saying. Nikki, get up. This is the right move.
Here comes Landy with the run-up. The ball's played back post and just past on rushing Gibbons.
Boy, it was everything was right there. It was the right spot. It was the right person, just a little far because Nikki was home free.
Yeah, there was literally no one even close to Nikki there. So goal kick coming for the Tigers with 4.5 minutes left in this first half. No score. Ball flicked on. Gilbert there. Mia Snyder needs to retreat here. Gilbert does a nice job to cut the ball outside.
Very nice.
Luckily able to get it past the defender. Here comes L. Ball tackled away from her, but it'd be a throw for the Panthers. Be nice to get one late here, Gavin.
Really would. I mean, I just think the first goal and the way this game's being played, the first goal is going to be massive.
Here's Perry. Back to Snyder. And her clearance attempt is deflected. It's going to go all the way back as Mia sees this over the end line for a goal kick. Good headsy play there from Mia. Her goal kick in towards Gibbons. Nice flicked header. Lands at midfield. Mertz is there. She's not able to grab the mail, though, and here comes Moon the other way. Couple players coming forward. Through ball. Gianni should be able to grab this and does.
That's
Rolls
the one.
it far side to Kren. Plays Gibbons in the middle. Her long ball's deflected and Moon comes forward and wins a header.
Just a bad break. She had Lexi there.
I really think the strength of this Moon team is in their back four. Oh, Gianni way off her line.
Good shield from Gilbert.
Yes.
Gilbert's got more pace than you'd think. She's really doing a nice job running with the Moon attackers.
Yeah, as I started to say, I think their strength is in their back four. They're just been difficult to break down. They're physical. They love to head the ball, clear the ball forward. They've been very effective doing that and really putting the Panthers right under pressure right off the clearance. Here comes Kren off the dribble. Has an option central, one option wide. She comes in, tries to hit a shot from the top of the area. Worley tries to find Madsen, but her pass just not quite hard enough, and it'll go out for a throw for the Panthers on the far side. 2.5 minutes left. Kren tries to knock it back to Worley, but ball out of bounds.
I think the Panthers are being a little too quick sometimes on the throw-ins. They're doing these quick throws because they see somebody like a foot away. That's a hard ball to trap and play back to somebody who just threw it to you a foot, and keep it in with a foot between you. I think the Panthers would probably be better suited to, take your time, get set up, and go deeper. Ball
volleyed by Moon and
nice
right back
step.
in by Gilbert. Gibbons coming through. Cleared out near midfield by the Tigers, so a Panther throw.
No, it's off Nicky's foot.
Oh, they're going to say it was deflected. Okay. Tiger throw at midfield. 1:40 left in the first half now. Throw taken down the line. Stays in. Gilbert on it for the Panthers. Knocks it all the way back to Gianni. He will take a touch and plays wide on the near side to L. Snyder. Now, the referee actually touched the ball there and kept it in. Ball down towards the end line. Gets past Mia. Crosses! Oh, what a
great
save
play
by
from
Gianni.
Jules.
That's going to be a corner kick. It was destined to be an own goal, but Jules was able to react.
Boy,
And,
Jules was really, really alert there because that was going to be an own goal, and that was really a quick reflex save to parry that over the bar.
Dave is really letting the referee on this side have it, saying you basically created that whole opportunity for them.
The referee did create. This is the first corner kick of the match so far, basically because he got in L's way.
They're taking it from the far side. Ball driven low. Gets past the first defender. Moon's on it. Kren's there too, though. Is able to knock it up the line. Moon gets right to it. Boots it back in towards the top of the area. Gilbert clears. Perry now. Volley's up over top. Oh, that ball gets through. Here we go. One time. They have runners Madsen and Mertz up high. Moon is stretched right now. Madsen down that far side. And that'll do it for the first half. Score is 0-0. We'll be back for second half action.
Look at that.
Okay, we're back for second half action. 0-0 the score. It's been a very hotly contested, basically a pretty even game up to this point. Both teams with a couple of chances. And, the Panthers looking again, as we said before, looking to move ahead of Moon in the standings with a win here tonight. Tie won't do much for them, so there's a square pass from Gibbons that's intercepted by Moon, and they'll play it long up past Gilbert all the way back into Gianni, who plays it quickly. Gibbons there to get the second ball. Kren cuts inside on the dribble. Plays towards Mertz. Pass a little behind her, though. Landy recovers, wins a tackle. Oh, and the ball very fortuitously comes forward for Moon, but Kren's able to win. Nice turn from Mertz. Physical battle there. Mertz keeps her feet. Has Madsen wide. Plays it to her. Goes to overlap. Pass was off the mark, but it finds Perry, and with a heavy touch, she's dispossessed. That was a dangerous one there. Again, Kevin, I think from the attack, it's going to be very much similar for Moon. They just are looking to get forward and get after it and hope for something good to happen. There's not a whole lot of creativity up there. And really the strength of them is their back four, and we've got to find a way to break them down.
Yeah, I mean, Rob, I feel like I'm being a little repetitive because this is a good ball.
Ball out wide to Rocco on that side. Bogan is starting this half up top. Here comes Gibbons now. 30 yards out, shoots from distance. And right on goal, but not too much work for the goalie there.
Now, a bit hopeful, but I have no problem with that. But Rob, I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, but the Panthers seem to be the more dangerous side, the side with the more quality, but it's just not resulting in chances. And I think that's been a theme of the season so far.
Yeah, and the quality, it can't be one or two passes, then lack of quality.
You're right.
You got to be able to string it together and make it consistent. There's a through ball. Comes right to Gianni. She tosses it near side to Madsen. Can she settle it down? Ball comes off her, heavy touch, but she's got tons of room in front of her. Goes far side for Rocco. Really nice ball. She needs to get this ball in as Bogan and Mertz are inside. Good speed by that defender. She gets her shoulders turned on the end line, crosses, and it goes in!
Great. She caught her peeking.
Emily Rocco beat the goalie on the short side. to give the Panthers a 1-0 lead.
Lady Panther goal scored by Emily Rocco.
Rob, make no mistake about it, that's a shot. She saw the goalie peeking, and she went direct, and she went right inside the bar, really precisely taken. Let's not forget what created that play. Jane Madsen played a just tremendous ball right across the 50, a really hard, low, strong change of fields ball. Emily ran her man off the ball, really showed some strength, showed some skill. Great stuff. That's a huge goal for the Panthers, 1-0.
Yeah, that's good stuff from the Panthers, and hopefully this will loosen Moon up a little bit, give the Panthers some additional looks at it here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Panthers, we've talked about this a million times over the past few years. The first couple minutes after you score, what is the response? Because the other team's going to come hard. You've got to have a really good response.
And the ball played off of Snyder, going to be a Moon corner.
The worst thing that can happen is the minute you give up a goal, your sort of shoulders relax. You say, oh, we finally got it. And then the other team puts one in within a minute or two, and you're right back level. You need to turn up the gas when you score a goal.
Got something, Haley Perry.
Is she bleeding?
Possibly injured. She's going to stay on. The goalie did blow the whistle, so I think she's got to go off.
Injury timeout, I guess.
Maddie Hujak on. She's, it's a knee or an ankle. She's limping a little bit, so we'll see.
She keeps saying she's fine. She does not want to come out of this game,
Moon
obviously.
with a set play here.
So we got a lefty here, the in-swinger, because she took an out-swinger last time from the opposite side.
Gianni's going to have to look alive. You got a big body in front of her, right in the goal mouth.
Yeah, that girl's really got a lot of size.
Here comes the service, 6 yards out. They win the header and goes in that back post. They score right back. So off a nice set piece, they are able to equalize. And unfortunately, Moon has made this game 1-1.
Boy, the Panthers just watched. I mean, they just simply watched. They had two players in position. The Moon attacker cut around them, got their head on it. The Panthers actually had a defender at that post, just couldn't quite get the reflex save. Boy, that's just what we talked about. It's such a momentum killer to give up a goal that quickly after you get one.
They're not here? Or they don't know? Yeah, sorry. So the Panthers back to level terms here with Moon. That's really unfortunate, a set-piece goal like that. Moon had the set piece going. They were running. They had all their runs planned out. That was who they wanted to get that ball. Service was there. Here's Madsen now. Ball cleared up the line and all the way back to midfield. Gilbert's probably going to just play this back to Gianni, and she does.
Rob, I'll say this. This team is never going to be as good as it's capable of being until it shows a little more alarm in their own box trying to win those balls. They had two very easy chances to get that out.
Urgency is a good way to put it. They are not urgent enough when defending situations like that. I mean, Peters scored set piece on them. And, it's just something that you don't want. You don't want to give up a goal in that situation. You got to mark tighter than that.
No, it's like special teams in football. It's an enormous part of the game, and it can be a huge momentum changer. Corner kicks and set pieces in the final third are probably, they probably result in maybe a quarter of the goals at this level, maybe higher. Because it's hard to score a goal in the run of play.
Kren now back to Gilbert. Plays to Snyder, who puts it long up over Bogan's head. Landy was lurking there. Physical play by number 24 out there. Ball cleared out by St. Clair. Moon definitely with a little bit of the initiative right now. Landy comes back to defend, and the ball is won by El Snyder. Played up but not out. Here's Moon again. Plays it wide. No one there though, and it'll be a Panther throw. Yeah, Panthers need to take that punch and get back on their feet here and get right at it. They seem a little bewildered right now.
Well, I'm sure it's disheartening when you feel like you've been the better side, had the better opportunities, and then their first kind of good opportunity right after you finally break through, they score. It is. I mean, it's hugely deflating, but the Panthers have got to get back to their game here.
Hujak battling on that far side. Earns. No, it's going to be a Moon throw.
I don't think that's the right call, actually, but.
Moon throws the ball down the line. Gibbons gets to the seconds, but overruns the ball on the dribble, and Moon will just play it through again. Here's Gianni with it. Very hard-working team, Moon. I'm beginning to see how they were able to stay with Peters Township.
Yeah, I mean, they have some real strong, physical, aggressive girls. This has been a very physical game.
Gilbert gets ahead on it, but knocks it out over that far touchline for a Tiger throw. 32 minutes remaining in the second half. 1-1 the score. Emily Rocco, the goal scorer for Upper St. Clair. She plays it forward now, but to no one in particular, and Moon will come up with it. Yeah, I just feel, Gavin, if we could get some possession in front of their back four, we play the ball into their back four way too often, and they're easily handling it. We get some possession in front, turn, commit them, look for the runners through, we could be in business. It's interesting they switched number 13 out to left back. She's been playing in the midfield, but that's obviously who they want to match up with Landy.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the strategy there. Frankly, that's one thing the Panthers haven't done a good enough job is finding Landy when she is on the flank. When she's in central, she's had a lot more of the ball.
Here's Madsen now with the ball. Lofts it to the middle, but again, played right in front of their back four, and they're able to come up and handle it and deal with it and play the ball forward. Here's Kren now, ball down the line. Offsides for Moon. So maybe Haley Perry needs to step forward a little bit and find that space in behind Bogan where she can receive a ball to her feet.
Oh, good touch.
Here comes Madsen. Mertz coming to goal. Madsen plays it early to the back post. Rocco's there. But her volley attempt on a bouncing ball goes well over the bar.
Good setup, though, and that all started Bogan with a really nice touch. The thing she seems to excel at is kind of being holding forward in the Josie Altitor mold where she is just sort of laying the ball off with her back to goal, and that's a valuable skill. She did a great job. Jane played another good crossing ball. It was just bouncing a little much for Emily.
So a goal kick for the Tigers. Taken low and hard. Perry knocks it down with a header. Finds Mertz. First time ball out to Rocco. Tries to find Bogan. And Bogan will get called for the foul. Yeah, Carson just sort of held on to the arm there a little
no question.
bit.
But committing fouls trying to win the balls there is fine. Doing it on your side of the field, not so much.
Ball played down the side. L's able to knock that down, but it comes right back to a Moon player. Plays it wide on the far side. They get runners heading into the box. Ball's crossed. There's Gianni, though. Easy one for her. She needs to play quickly, trap a couple players upfield. Here comes Madsen now. Plays wide for Mertz. She touches. And she's surrounded by a couple players, loses it on the dribble. Kren touches it right back to her. Back to Kren. Central for Gibbons. Here's Perry.
Ooh.
Nice job to get around one. Oh, just plays the ball too far for Rocco. With that defender sitting off so far, she should have played it straight out to Emily there rather than down to
absolutely.
the end
Square
line.
ball. She made it such a good first touch there, and that was some pretty good possession there. Marissa, Landy, Nikki, all doing very good things there. And you're right, though, Rob. If quality 4 or 5 times in a row, you need it as long as it takes.
Goal kick played up. Gibbons wins a header to Bogan.
Another
Chips
good
it
one.
wide outside to Rocco. And outside back, number 24's got good speed.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Rob. Their back line's been excellent.
Here's Gibbons. Turning on the dribble, dribbles it out of bounds, be a Moon throw. 28.5 minutes left. Ball headed out by the Panthers, and it'll be another Moon throw. Moon comes up with it over midfield. But Nikki will win the ball and play it all the way back into Gianni's feet. Plenty of time for Gianni. She
Good
plays
ball.
it up, flicked header over midfield. Looks like they've moved Landy up top. And a ball. Maybe you get through. No, the nice header won there. Again, it's important to put the ball behind their back four. You make it so easy for them when you keep it in front of them. And this is what you'll see, either with a header or a volley or foot clearance. Here's Kren now. And Kren knocks it out.
Good job
for a
from
Panther throw.
Good job from both Gilbert and Kren there. Very solid and safe.
Bogan knocks the ball down to Kren. Gilbert with it now. Central for Gibbons. She turns. Pass a little too far for Snyder, but she'll come up with it off a deflection. Plays it down the line for Rocco, and her pass is just too hard. Ball played all the way down the line by the Tigers. Gianni will come out of her area to corral this ball. Passes to Mia Snyder. Snyder again. Dangerous pass comes to Perry. She knocks it out wide to L. Snyder. Has Madsen. Tries to go down the line for Rocco. Pass is intercepted though. Here come the Tigers. And their quality is lacking too up front.
Well, that's where Elle just needs to play the ball middle again and keep it. If they just keep going outside in, or switch fields, and they can get the ball upfield that way, they don't have to play the long straight ahead ball. Unless they're going to go long over top, all they're doing is creating turnovers and counterattacks. So it's just switch fields.
Ball runs past Bogan, again in front of their back four. They just pound it right back up the field. They're happy to do that all night long. Gilbert now plays long into the channel. Nice headed ball. And they'll come right back on the counterattack. Ball played down to the corner. This is going to stay in. I think Elle thought that was going out. And the cross is put right in on Gianni.
So you can hear the Moon bench every time St. Clair tries to play a longer type ball. They're applauding. That's exactly what they want. When St. Clair possesses and just plays simple and square, that's given Moon all kinds of fits.
Another header won by the Tigers.
See, this is exactly what they're doing. They're letting her play, knowing she's probably going to play long rather than keep the ball. They figure like they can win it and just start the attack again.
They're gonna make the field small. Ball put over top. Mertz trying to chase this one into the area. Goalie's gonna come out and get it though. Goalie punts up right to midfield.
That could have been a foul.
None called, and here comes Moon playing over top. Mia Snyder giving chase. Is able to win a ball. Comes forward on the dribble now. Cuts inside. Has Jane on the near side. Tries to go through. The ball
great
gets
ball.
through. Madsen into the area
one
now.
time.
Goalie's out. Jane shoots wide of that back post. Just couldn't steer it on frame. Nice ball there from Mia. Was able to find the gap in that Moon back four.
She needed to hit it quickly because the goalie came off her line. She probably should have used her left foot, but oh man, was that a great opportunity. Terrific ball from Mia. I can't believe that got through.
When you're that far out from goal, you know, a good shot there is just a chip over the goalie as they come sliding out. It's a tough one to execute.
Oh yeah, I think she could have just passed it by her though. I mean, like she was way out.
Here's Rocco battling on the far side. Foul called, be a free kick coming for the Panthers. So, yeah, this Moon team, I'm impressed with how hard they're playing. And, you know, they play this game here. When they get at home on their narrow little field, they'll
That's gonna be
really,
hard.
really effective. And no surprise that they were able to beat Peters Township there. Good header won by Snyder. Panthers need to be patient. Only takes one chance. Here comes Snyder trying to keep it on the near side. She should be able to. Plays down the line for Mertz. The ball just runs past her. A little too hard on Madsen's pass. Kara Marsh coming in the game now. Emily Rocco coming off. 22 and a half minutes left.
This will be interesting to see. Have Kara come in for a couple minutes and run her tail off and be aggressive. And I think there's, you know, people are going to wear down. I mean, this has been a really physical, aggressive, hard-played game. Let's see who has gas the last 20 minutes.
Gibbons, big header. Mertz there.
Good step.
Good step by Snyder. Panthers maybe taking the aggressive initiative here. Here's Marsh, far side, cuts inside off the dribble.
Good first touch.
Finds Bogan.
Nice.
Plays it wide. Shot taken by Perry, just not quite the right strike for her there, and he runs out of bounds over the end line for a goal kick.
Yeah, Bogan did a really nice job laying that ball directly off. I think Haley probably should have just kept it and played it back out wide. She didn't have enough momentum to really get a good shot off there.
Goal kick taken. Driven out of bounds. The Panther bench. Throw coming from Kren. Throws it short to Bogan. He's going to ask her to back up 3 yards.
Where's her every other match we play? Like the Bethel match when the girl took 15 yards every throw.
Kren now on it. Turns. Pressured immediately. Here come the Tigers.
Good job
back
from
check
Bogan.
from Bogan. Bogan goes down. Here comes Moon. And they thankfully pass the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, they've really just sort of played hopeful longish balls, trying to play through balls. It hasn't been a whole lot of quality for them either. It's just really unfortunate the goal came on a set piece, which happens a lot.
Yeah, I guarantee you that's a big part of their game plan, scoring on set pieces. Hujak in the game now for Bogan. She's immediately pressured. Getting numbers around the ball.
That's good. That's just really good for Marissa.
She's run off the ball nicely, though, and here come the Tigers. Playing wide, now central. Try to go down to the corner, and the ball's headed by Snyder. Going to go out for another corner kick, so dangerous times here for the Panthers. 20 minutes left. We're halfway through the second half. 1-1 the score. Coach Gray saying no free headers, but easier said than done.
Yeah, I mean, if that was all he needed to do, I wish he'd have done that several games ago.
Here comes the kick. 6 yards out, header again. Ball put in on the ground, not cleared out yet. Shot taken, and it goes in. Moon scores, it's 2-1. A little bit of ping pong in the middle of the field there. And the Panthers go down. That was Chloe Kunikowski. Chloe Kunikowski. Chloe Kunikowski.
Tiger goal scored by Chloe Kunikowski.
So now that they have the lead, Gavin, everything changes.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
gonna
they're
see
gonna-
more numbers back.
They're going to sit back. Honestly, Rob, the Panthers are in trouble. I mean, you can't allow every set piece opportunity to result in dangerous situations, and or you get what you get.
They had chances to clear, couldn't clear, and they actually gave up the initial header, too.
It hit their own player. It would have been a goal, I think.
The first ball was headed by maybe the same girl that scored the first goal.
I think it was.
So the Panthers now really have to dig in and not get impatient on the ball. Ball's cleared up. You're just going to see that from Moon the whole rest of this game. Long ball, long ball, long ball. Yeah, with every missed clearance on that last corner, you just had the idea. Here's Mertz giving chase into the area now. There's one to beat. Gets down towards the end line. Crosses, goalie's out as the defender did a nice job to lunge and just deflect that cross, but that was good work by Landy. We need to get more of that.
Yeah, really good stop and go from Landy. A really nice recovery and a late recovery. She just got a toe on it, the outside defender from Moon, but that was dangerous. That's what the Panthers need here.
Here's Gibbons now. Mertz in front of her. Goes wide for Madsen, down to the line. Can she keep it in? I don't think so. Nope, as the ball went out. This is good from the Panthers, though. They are putting some pressure on.
I would have liked to have seen Nikki just play wide to Kara Marsh. She had a lot of space there, and yeah, it's a good ball, and that's a hard ball to complete. And I just think if the Panthers can keep possession one pass at a time, they're going to get better chances off a cross.
Well, that was the ball that we found feet in front of their back four, and then options are on once we do that. If we just keep pounding balls into their back four, they're just going to keep pounding them right back at us. So if we can find some feet 5-10 yards off their line, commit them, find the holes in the through balls. That's what we've done on these last two little forays here. Here's Perry winning a ball down towards Madsen, but the defender steps in front of her and just clears it up the line. Out of bounds, though, for a Panther throw.
If the Panthers are just going to try to kick it up toward an area or something like that, that's never going to work. The Moon defenders are aggressive. They're stepping and winning all kinds of balls.
Get a rally, Mama. Here comes a throw from Kren right near midfield. 16 and a half left, plenty of time. Gibbons turns nicely. Has Landy running top of the area. Just a little too much dribbling there, I think, from Nikki. I really feel like, Gavin, it doesn't have to be that difficult. A couple passes break these guys down, but when you keep putting the ball right in front of them, it's really easy for them. See the space in front of their two center backs right now. And they're going to give that throw to the Tigers against the protestations of the Panthers bench.
Because I think Marissa just fanned on it.
Ball thrown down the line. Heavy touch from Moon, comes to Hujak. Short pass to Gibbons. Tries to chip a ball down for Madsen. Jane does well to try to win it back, and they just clear it into the Panthers bench. So a throw coming. Here's Perry now. It goes off of her, be a Moon throw. 15 minutes left now. 2-1. Tigers winning this game. I wouldn't say, Gavin, it's against the run of play, but they really haven't done much other than 2 corner kicks.
I think it's against. I mean, yes, it is. It's absolutely against the run of play. But honestly, Rob, we've seen this formula beat them a lot the last 2 years. So against the run of play is fine, but the run of play needs to result in more goals for your team in order to avoid what we're seeing.
Big chance here for the Panthers. Kren with the free kick. Maybe just a little too far out. Top of the 18. That ball needs to be dropped on the 6-yard line. Headed out. El Snyder on it now. Tries to turn. And it comes to Kren. Wide past Madsen. Be a throw for the Panthers. She throws it quickly down towards Perry. 3 defenders. Nice back heel. Madsen crosses. It's going to be over the crossbar, though, and out for a goal kick.
Really nice idea from Haley there. Nice little back heel. Jane just mishit the cross. The quality in the final third has been a problem tonight, obviously, and now as time is getting a little tight, we're under 14 minutes to go. The quality is going to be really, really important here.
Goal kick taken. Kren volleys. Header won, and a second header won by the Tigers. Gilbert puts it out of bounds on the near side. Ball very unfortunately comes off of Kren as it was deflected off a Moon player. So just more time clicking off the clock, which is not the Panthers' friend right now. Throw is coming. Perry wins it. Comes to Hujak. Panthers cannot play kickball right now, or this game will deteriorate quickly. Here comes Moon into the area. Gianni out. And it's cleared over the end line. It's going to be a goal kick.
Should be a goal kick.
12 and a half minutes remaining. Panthers need to find a way to settle this game. Find feet and get out of the kickball mode. Here comes Perry. She's immediately challenged. Rocco back in, Marsh off. I think I might flip Landy over to that left side. Try to open up some space out there. Here comes Rocco. Maybe put Rocco up top. She's got the golden boot tonight. Ball put through by the Tigers, but too far for their front runner. And ball punted by Gianni to midfield. Over Gibbons' head, and a foul called against the Panthers. So a free kick right from midfield coming for the Tigers. Another chance to run a little bit of clock off. Free kick taken, up over everyone. Gianni should be able to get this. Lets it run over the end line. So a goal kick coming. Substitution for Moon. Yeah, Gavin, you can sort of see where this is going. We're just not able to impose our will on this game right now. It's too frantic. It's too kickball, and yeah, it's just not it's not trending our way right now.
No, it's kind of frustrating, Rob, because I feel like I've seen the same game so frequently the last 2 years, and you just feel like this team, at first you're like, oh, they deserve better. I mean, they play better soccer, but that's not the whole game of soccer. There's you really got to have more quality, even if you have a lot of possession, and certainly, I mean, set piece defense. It's just there's no excuse for not having a little more alacrity in your own box to get a ball out.
Mertz trying to get on the end of a ball. She does. Plays a simple ball to Perry. He comes wide for Madsen. Touches past one. Heavy touch down to the end line. Can she keep it in? She crosses, but the goalie's able to handle that easily at the near post.
Man, everything was good until that heavy touch after she beat the player, and it's a broken record. The final third, there's just a little lack of quality that is preventing the Panthers. I mean, they should have probably 4 or 5 goals, and the crowd bought that call. Is it a foul? Yes, but we've seen that pretty much the entire night in terms of the defenders aggressively going up to win head balls.
So a free kick coming up for the Tigers, 9:20 remaining. Panthers need to dig deep here and find something. If ball played long in towards Gianni, She comes out, spills it, shot, big save, Gianni. Here comes Snyder the other way. Has Mertz down this near sideline. Ball's going to run past her, though, and out of bounds. So big big adventure in the goal area there for the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, Jules did a good job recovering. The first mistake was almost a fatal one, but she didn't pout. She stayed on her line and made a good reflex save on the second shot. And I assume we're going to see subs pretty much every stoppage here.
Here comes Madsen, near side. No one there for the Panthers, and the ball's played past him to midfield. This will go all the way down. Nice interception there from Gilbert. Cut outside by Hujak on the dribble. Finds Kren at midfield. She cuts inside. Back to Gilbert. Works it all the way back to Gianni. Panthers unable to beat the press, so to speak. Kept in nicely by Rocco on the far side. To Perry. And now here's Gilbert.
Good.
Hujak. Her pass is off the mark, though, and out for a Panther throw. No, they keep it in. Rocco does on the far side. She's dispossessed. And Moon's able to turn and wheel it to Gilbert. Kren launches one down in the air. It's going to be good. This will check up and stay in. Mertz running near post. Tries to flick it with a back heel and just wasn't able to get that as the ball came behind Landy. Good near post run there. She tried to flick it behind her, but just a little too far off the line for that to work.
She also they got to get numbers forward. I mean, you're behind. At this point, when that ball's played over top, there's got to be more runs. There can't be one person in the box. If you got to give up something on the backside, that's fine. But at this point, a 2-1 scoreline is a loss. So
Moon comes up with it. Here's Gilbert now. Clears it off of a Tiger player. It'll be a Panther throw with 6.5 left. Panthers need to find an answer. That's another Panther throw.
the Moon work great. You got to give them credit. I mean, the Panthers have played hard tonight, no question. This has been one of their better efforts consistently from start to finish. But this Moon team plays very aggressively, very physically.
Playing a ball forward, but again in front of the back four. Gibbons does a good job to shield. Goes down that far corner. Rocco into the area now. Defended down to the end line. Good job by that Moon defender to knock it out for a throw-in on the far side.
The difference between the back four is the Moon players don't wait for the ball to bounce or anything like that. They go right after it and try to win it. You just don't have time. That's really been an impressive thing tonight from Moon's game.
Gibbons looking to throw long. And Moon will try to turn and wheel, just kick it up the field again with 5:40 left. Mia Snyder gets to it and turns. Plays a ball down to the corner. Rocco should be able to keep this in.
No, that's wrong.
She's going to say they're offsides. Wow. Seemed like when that ball was played, she was well onside.
That's the wrong call.
We'll have to check the film on that one with 5 minutes left because she was in there.
No, she was onside. That's really an unfortunate miss.
Ball played long, come all the way back to Gianni. Has Hujak central, but is just going to go ahead and punt this ball. Perry there. Now here's Snyder. Moon comes the other way. Cuts it past El Snyder on the far side. 5 minutes left now. Crosses to the middle off of Mia. Comes right to Gianni, though. Throws it towards Madsen. She cuts inside. Has Mertz wide. Still has Mertz wide. Plays it to the middle. No one there. The ball gets deflected, though. Coming down to the end line. Here's Landy. Cuts it back on the dribble. Crosses to the middle. Gibbons is there. Past her. Rocco's on it now. Shoots weakly, and it's wide of the near post. Wow. Landy's complaining about being fouled. And she's going to get a yellow card. She'll be out of this game the rest of the game. 4 minutes left, so she has to sit for 5 minutes. That was the chance there, Gavin, as the ball came.
That was perfect. The cross was perfect. I mean, they just missed it.
4 minutes left now. Goal kick taken. Here's Gibbons. Burlingame in now for Mertz, who is shown a yellow card with 4 minutes left. So should this game go to overtime, she might be able to get back in there, but otherwise she's out the rest of the way.
Which is a shame. She's created all the good scoring opportunities pretty much in the second half other than Emily's goal.
Moon pretty frantically defending here, but effectively enough. They're able to just sort of ugly it up enough that comes a long throw from the Panthers. Bounces, cleared to the middle or put into the middle, headed out by Moon. Mia Schneider knocks it back in with that left foot. Goes off a Moon defender. Goalie's out. Madsen's there too. The goalie's able to grab that ball with 3 minutes remaining. Panthers staring down the barrel of their third section loss.
And how many teams make the playoffs, Rob? All of a sudden that scares you a bit.
You know what? A lot of teams make the playoffs. So there's a lot of teams that make the playoffs. Panthers aren't looking at that one yet. Again, a ball put right into their back four just to clear it. I know what to do next game. We got to train to find this space right there. That's the space you want. And you can try to pick the way through it, but if you just put the ball into their head or in front of them, they're just going to kill it every time. Gilbert doing a good job here to come back. Wins the ball off of the Moon player. Now they're going to give the throw to the Tigers, and they'll be able to run a substitution here with 2:15 left.
I don't know how that guy would know from 80 yards away, but he...
This will be a satisfying victory for sure for Coach Little if, in fact, they're able to hold on here. Ball played off of the Moon player. And the thing about this style of game that Moon's playing, it's all about effort. You can see their bench is really cheering on. The coaches are really getting the girls fired up. It's all about effort. If you can put the right effort in, you can play this kind of game. Not nearly as much about skill as it is effort.
No,
and that's the high school game in a nutshell, really.
Well, it absolutely is. And I think the Panthers' effort has been good tonight. But unfortunately, it has to be good in the final third, and it's got to be desperate in the final third. It just isn't.
1 minute, 15 seconds left. Another header won by Gibbons. There's Madsen now giving chase. Gibbons on it, trying to poke one through, shoots from distance, wide and high of everything, so they're going to say that that's a goal kick. 50 seconds left now, so really Panthers need to win this kick and get the ball forward. They should put everything in the kitchen sink forward right now. Goal kick's taken. Header won by Moon, but back towards their own end. Kren will see this out for a throw. 28 seconds now. Off a Moon player, another throw coming for the Panthers. No time to waste here. In towards Burlingame, she settles it down. Moon gets a hold of it, clears it, here's Kren. Gilbert now, just need to put it into the area. 10 seconds left, that's gonna run all the way back to the goalie and that'll do it. The Moon Tigers come to Upper St. Clair and come away with a 2-1 victory.